Today is the day I get to really ride Sid's Trail 125. Sid took her out on its first off-road adventure date this past weekend. Now she's finally released the 125 to me for a good long test ride. In truth, I think she knows I'll get the motorcycle muddy, and then she hopes I'll volunteer to give the 125 a good old-fashioned wash. I'll play that game. So far, the Trail 125 and I have flirted a bit on a few short rides around the neighborhood. I've checked out her physical traits and compared her to Tiny 90. I haven't had the opportunity to get the new Honda off-road and traveling some distance. I do have a 100-kilometer route that I use to test gear. It has a little bit of every type of road, from highway to gravel, hills to twisties, and trail to single track. A few weeks ago, I took my vintage 1978 Honda Trail 90 on that route. Today, it's the CT 125's turn. Before I give my opinion, let me be clear about one personal bias. I love motorcycles. I love them all. So when I climb on a new one, I'm less a skeptic, but a rider ready to embrace a new bike. While I point out quirks, I'm accepting of the overall experience a motorcycle delivers. Right out of the gate, we hit a state highway. This bike did as well as expected on this 55-mile-per-hour road. It could almost maintain the speed limit, almost, with maximum velocity on a mostly flat piece of highway between 50 and 55. Downhills are faster. Uphills, always the enemy of low horsepower machines, would drop the speed by about 10 miles per hour. This allows for the simple joys of tucking in on a downhill for a run up the next hill and the anticipation of a perfectly timed shift. The bike tracked well and felt great even at wide open throttle, very similar to the Tiny 90, except the newer Honda performs about 10 to 15 miles per hour faster in any given road situation. Turns out those extra 35 cc's are significant. As highway gave way to country roads, the CT 125 was more in its element. Riding is a true pleasure in the 35 to 45 mile per hour range. The quiet yet pleasing note of the exhaust allowed me to relax and enjoy what remained of the fall foliage here in Tennessee. The light bike with its short wheelbase allowed for nice maneuverability in the curves. While not a speed machine, the 125cc engine allowed for some fun backroad riding. Again, you can expect a big hill to drop the top speed of the bike in top gear, but the bigger power plant performed better, much better, than a vintage CT. Gravel roads were no trouble for the Trail 125. These roads are just gobbled up by the motorcycle. The light bike simply glides. The suspension, while not robust, is perfect for smoothing out the gravel humps and adequate enough not to jar your teeth on the occasional pothole. I'll also mention that the bike was surprisingly quiet. It's a win for Honda build quality that I didn't hear any rattling of plastic or metal on the bumpy gravel. My route moves from gravel to more off-road. I certainly couldn't pass up an opportunity for a creek crossing test. And damn it, I had to go back and retrieve my camera. Guess I'll just have to play in the creek a bit. Water crossing on a 125? No problem. We're having fun together now. Back on the route, I love the new mini motos off-road. They're easy to handle over any terrain. They're grin-inducing vehicles. They're light, low-slung, and allow liberal use of a throttle. It just makes riding incredibly enjoyable. Some notes and a bit of a comparison with the bike's 43-year-old predecessor. The suspension is much better than the vintage bike. It's not anything special, but it doesn't need to be with a light bike like this. The ride never feels bone-jarring, and at 180 pounds, I only bottomed it out once on a really deep pothole. The upright handlebars and peg position are very comfortable. At 5'11", I don't feel cramped on this bike. That's certainly different than my Trail 90, where I did feel a bit cramped. The new bike is about 6 inches longer, which is probably responsible for the more spacious feel over 67 miles. The seat on the Trail is a weak point. You'd think a wide seat would be ass-pleasingly plush. That's not the case. I've ridden a good amount of bikes, including lots of dual sports known for bad seats, and was surprised at how my ass hurt after 50 miles. Conversely, the braking is delightful. A single disc, both in the front and rear, provide more than enough stopping power. I personally like that it is ABS front only. This allows for some skidding of the rear tire in off-road situations while allowing a newer rider the safety from locking up the front wheel while stopping. The ABS isn't too touchy, only activating when necessary. The LED lighting package is overall great. A nice bright headlight and turn signals. The minimalistic dash is okay. It could be contrasted better to stand out more. The fuel gauge is nice. They did include a Space Data USB port. It drives me nuts that they just didn't put one in as stock. Why go to the trouble of adding the spot, but not adding a $12 part? There are a few personal negatives. I don't like the tires, as mud was definitely a problem for them. If you're using a bike in town, they're good, but putting trail in the name of the bike means it should come with a bit more aggressive tread from the factory. The heel shifter is a problem. My booted foot came in contact with that control many times, effectively disengaging the engine. And for off-road, I really miss a clutch. The Honda Trail 125 is a wonderful upgrade to the venerable CT90. It is better in almost every way. Yes, it has no low range, but unless you're hauling very heavy loads up a hill, I don't think you'll miss it. The upgraded engine, fuel injection, shocks, and braking more than make up for the loss of that gearing option. It really is a perfect bike for campgrounds, grocery getting, town errands, commuting, and exploring backcountry roads. An adventure bike, as long as you're in no hurry to your destination, yes. It's a perfect motorcycle to learn on while allowing you to explore all types of terrain. For me, a veteran rider, I'm hooked on mini motos. After this first date with the Trail 125, I might have to admit loving the Trail 90 a little less. If only the 125 came in yellow. Of course, Honda's Monkey has a yellow option, and I hear there's a new yellow Grom on showroom floors right now.
I miss the smoke on the Cumberland and the fireflies at midnight and the color of the leaves in the fall. Why the wind chooses when and where to blow. The sun is gonna rise each and every time.